I'm back. Rhodes Rants for the Matrixx and Rhodes show. We're going to talk about Eternals, Halloween Kills, and Venom, Let There Be Carnage at the box office. And frankly, there was carnage at the box office for Eternals. Imagine that. You got your woke propaganda in the movie, and the movie flames out at the box office, entering the fray with a below expected box office return for Disney. That always makes me smile. We know movies like Venom. Look, I can't find much of an agenda in it. Halloween Kills has done just that. It has killed it at the box office, especially from a budget standpoint. Good God, it has made a ton of money and will make a ton of profit. Let's get to the Eternals. Because number one, it's critically, they have critically shit all over this movie. Disney's Eternals flames out, missing box office expectations. Eternals was kingo of the box office this weekend, hauling in $71 million in the U.S., but in a world packed with all-powerful expectations, that just wasn't good enough. The latest massively bankrolled Marvel movie from Disney failed to meet analysts' expectations, with its kryptonite being a lukewarm critical review. And yeah, its critical scores is pretty bad. It's at a 48% right now. I'm going to be honest with you. It's at a 81 from an audience standpoint. But look, there's some controversy about whether or not that is getting positive review bombed right now by woke MCU fans that just can't stand to see a movie that they're, especially one with a social agenda, they just can't stand to see it fail. 4 weeks ago, experts pegged Eternals' first box office weekend to be in the $80 to $85 million range. But then came the mixed at best appraisals. Eternals ended up with the worst reviewed film in the history of 26 and counting films of the MCU. Good God. Look, this is the most damning one right here, in my opinion, this quote. Not exactly boring, not particularly exciting. That's crap for an MCU movie. It just is. Especially one with some real stinkers like Ant-Man 2. As the weekend grew closer, analysts' expectations were lowered to $78 million, with Disney cutting them down to $75. The $71 million result is a huge wake-up call for the studio. It goes on to try to spin it in a positive direction because that's what the media is going to do. It did take in $161.7 million globally, and it beat the first two movies that Marvel put out this year, $128 million for Shang-Chi, and Black Widow took in $150. And look, Black Widow already had some problems right out of the gate because, one, it's a prequel. We already know what happened to the character. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of interested in seeing it. But there were a couple of trailers that I didn't love. And let me tell you the one thing that's hurting the MCU outside of their social bullshit that Disney has put in there like they did with Star Wars. The other thing is it doesn't feel like the MCU is much of a priority anymore. Okay, now that Endgame has come and gone and that Infinity Saga of films is over, it just put a nice little bow on the MCU for me. Okay, now you come back, you say the Fantastic Four's coming, X-Men's coming. Yeah, you do perk my attention up some, but then you said, well, we're going to bring Blade back, but it's not going to be Wesley Snipes. Oh, shit, come on. So immediately, you kind of lose me right there. Throw in the angles involved with some of the social statements they're seeing. And yeah, I'm sorry for all these people that don't like to hear this. There's certain kinds of things in movies a lot of parents don't want their kids to see. That's just a fact. I can tell you right now. Let's go to Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I believe it took in about $4.5 million this last weekend. And worldwide, Venom is absolutely killing it. It's got $424.6 million at the box office worldwide. And guys, you got to remember, Venom has not had a Chinese release, which in a lot of times can be, far as worldwide haul goes, it can be 30-40% of a box office worldwide. overseas, foreign tally. So, and I can tell you that these movies tend to be a lot more enjoyable. I find Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson to be more enjoyable than some of the actors they've got in Eternals, for example. Angelina Jolie. There was a time when I was a Salma Hayek fan, but she feels like entitled Hollywood now. Okay, you got Kit Harington in it, but after the Game of Thrones debacle, a lot of the shine has been taken off him too. Okay, and I just didn't like the direction that they were taking some of the characters. And look, I think Marvel for the Eternals wanted to catch Guardians of the Galaxy like lightning in a bottle, and it just didn't work out. I knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was. I grew up reading these DC and Marvel comics, and look, I didn't really know shit about the Eternals, okay? And because of that, you did not spark my interest in the movie, okay? Agendas aside, I just didn't care to see it. Now, Venom, I know who the hell Venom is, I guarantee it. And the first movie was really damn good. So, in fact, I think it's highly underrated. Very quickly, let's also take a look at Halloween Kills, and it's done just that. Michael Myers has destroyed the box office. It's basically $127 million worldwide, and it did about 2.6, 2.7 U.S. this past weekend. And look, guys, this is off a $20 million budget. So this movie has just cranked it, hit it out of the ballpark. A little word, Victor Miller, Sean Cunningham settle the Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th lawsuit. There's most definitely money to still be made in slashers. And people forget Freddy vs. Jason did basically $95 million worldwide. That was 16 years ago. Friday the 13th, 2009 did $90 million worldwide. That's been 11 years ago. You release a new Jason movie and it's done right, it's going to make $120, $150 million. Settle the lawsuit. Let's get back Friday the 13th going again. People still want slasher movies. It's clear. I still want them. Okay, so I did think Halloween Kills was better than the Halloween 2018 too. Much more rewatchable. There's a higher rewatch factor with this one. I've already seen it 5 times. I did like it. I liked it a lot, actually. I like it more and more that I watch it. So, whereas the 2018, even though I've rewatched it a couple of times and it's gotten better, this new one is, in my opinion, far superior to it. So, tell me what you think, Matrixx and Rhodes fans. Eternals underperforming, critically panned on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes may be artificially inflated, by the way. Yeah. So, peace. I'm out. Till next time.